Okay, let's try again. So this is a kitchen that's due to be ripped out in 2018. It had an old Beko oven which had been in there 10, 15 years. It had an element repair. The knobs were hanging off it. The thermostat had gone, and it just wasn't worth repairing. So this was obviously a replacement Beko was ordered as an intermediate to oven until the kitchen was done. Obviously with fitted appliances. The Beko that turned up looked like something out of a Christmas cracker. The chrome grills were very, very thin and looked like something that possibly you'd find down Poundland. The sides of it were bowed in, even though there was no damage showing delivery damage. It was actually bowed in on the sides and 3 to 5 mil, and the lid on the top of it you could pull 3 to 5 mil. It was all loose and it didn't seem particularly structurally stable. To be honest with you, it was a POS, a pile of shit. So anyway, as a substitution, there's this Belling Enfield, which we'll have a quick look at. So obviously it's got the glass hot plate on it. If we come down, see if it will focus. You've obviously got the hot plate controls. You've got the top oven, which goes to 260 degrees, if we can actually see that, yeah, when it focuses. And it's got a grill function. Then on the inner right hand side, we've got the bottom oven, which is a fan oven as well, which does defrost. It does up to 240 degrees and a slow cook option. If we go down, one thing I'm not too keen on is that the glass is here, so you need to be careful of that, but unfortunately it's just the way things are going. If I can get it to actually go up, what it does is there's a fan, 4-inch computer sized fan at the back. If you can see the chrome bit in the centre, it draws air through there, and also I don't know if we can actually see it. I'm not too sure if we can see in this light, but there's a hole here which allows the air to go through and keeps the actual control knobs cool. The rubber's nice and solidly attached, unlike the Beko, which had a pin in each corner. Obviously when the rubber on the Beko lost its elasticity, it's all going to hang. You can see that the grill, chrome grill grids, grates, whatever you want to call them, are nice and solid. One thing you don't get is a handle for the grill tray, which seems a bit mean, but there you go. I think it's available as an optional extra. As I say, everything compared to your Grand's oven or ovens of 10 years ago, everything's going down in quality. The Belling's still quite reasonable quality. If we look down, that's a fan oven as well. Don't know if it's just going a bit wonky. There you go. They don't seem to put the trim that they used to put on the bottom there. Maybe that's a style thing or cost saving along with the handle. As I say, it's nowhere near as solid as the ovens of, I don't know, 20 years ago, like your Grand might have had, or longer ago, but it's definitely a lot better quality than the Beko. One thing to be aware of, we fit quite a lot of Hotpoint Indesit, we fitted Whirlpool appliances in the past. I believe that Whirlpool is part of the same group now. If you think of a major retailer that prides itself on service, they sold a particular Hotpoint appliance, and when it caught fire, because obviously it was faulty, it had a design fault in it. They turned around and said it didn't meet the customer requirements, not that it was obviously faulty, and they gave the customer their money back. Also, I know for a fact that Whirlpool have gone out to an oven which is over 10 years old, so it's beyond the manufacturer's liability for product liability, and they've taken the oven away for testing rather than a recall and given someone a new oven 10 years later. So I would suggest to you to be very careful which models you pick. Try and look them up on the internet, see what people say about them, and don't go for the cheapest of the cheap, because it is getting to the point where some of the appliances are what I would consider not of satisfactory quality, fit for purpose, potentially dangerous, and if we're honest, trading standards just don't have the resources, unless there's a major fire or a death, to actually get involved and hold these companies accountable. Anyway, so that's, if we close the door a minute, that's the Belling Enfield in a grotty kitchen that's due to be ripped out. Not a bad oven as it goes. It's probably the best thing in this kitchen. So there you go.